back again today, welcome back again for another video. Welcome back to the channel where chaos and insanity will always reign supreme. So we're back again for another unbox. This time around we're bringing it back into the Marvel universe. The Marvel Cinematic Universe, that is. So let's see what I got my hands on this time around. Now, you guys know pretty much I collect a lot of different things. Mostly with Marvel, I've been kind of sticking towards the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I have, you know, swerved off a few times. I'm also into DC, but this time around, this is a Marvel figure, Marvel Legends. And we got our hands on the Infinity Saga. We got Captain America Infinity War. So we got Cap with the Wakanda shield here. Or should I say shields. I actually like this Cap, because this was Cap without a shield. You know, this was the casted out Cap. And I mean the sculpt, just without even opening this box up, guys, let's just take a look at that sculpt. The sculpt's way better than what we've had before. Now, also, if you were a crazy person, you could probably darken the hair, and that could be almost a passable John Wick if you squint hard enough, but I'm just saying. So, as you can see right in the box, we have Marvel Studios, the Infinity Saga, Captain America, but this is from Avengers Infinity War. Marvel Legends, of course. We got a nice little poster diorama back there. That's not bad. It's very cool. And, of course, a little synopsis. Armed with Wakandan shields, Steve Rogers steps forward to defend the world from the impossible threat of Thanos and his minions. Of course, we got our usual Marvel Studios. Nice little art there. Continuation of that on the other side, showing off some of the Guardians. And there we go. So what do you say we get right into this, guys? Now, I actually picked this up at a local Walmart, not Target, but Walmart. I also picked up a few others, which we're going to do on separate videos, guys. I'm not going to make this a really long one. So, let's just jump right on into it. So, here we go. I don't have my bat knife, so I'm going to have to use a little something a little different. When in doubt, you don't have the tools, you make them. So, here we go. You guys know I am not an in-box collector, so if I damage up the box, it's perfectly fine, guys. Although some people I know would probably faint if they saw me open up the box. So there we go. You got our usual legal jargon. Pluck and file it. And of course we get a nice little, the nice universal pattern of all the various Marvel figures and their heroic symbols. There we go. Just throw this right into the box. Now, originally I was hesitant on getting this. Why? Because, well, I have so many other figures, so many other Captain America figures. Let's go to the I'm going to bring over a few other Captain Americas that I have just for comparison. Sorry about that, guys. So, let's get Steve right out of it. Why don't... Fresh out the box. I really like the shield here. You guys, a nice little close-up right there. See if that will focus. I like the detail there. And get some nice sturdy straps for him to hold on to. Oh, and this handle actually bends a little bit. I don't know if it's really meant to, but it's got a little give. A little give and take right there, guys. Let's throw this right up there. Just take a look at that. That's awesome. It is one molded piece. These side blades do not shift in or shift out. It's static. Pretty similar on the other side, except those side blades I just mentioned are actually in. Let's see if we can get that to focus. Now, let me show you what I am referring to here. One is extended outwards, one is not. Okay. So, let's see what else we have here. He does come with some extra hands, or should I say fists, for the, fighting poses you guys might want to do. Now, just looking at this, I do like the detail on here. I'm not sure if these are exactly new sculpts, but I love how worn the the weathering on the leather. Trying to get that to focus. There you go. I like that. I like that a lot. And, I mean, it's that weathered look that, in the movie, you see that, again, that, his suit is all worn and weathered. It's all beat up. I like that they show that. Now, it's cool that they gave us two heads here. Sorry for the noise. There we go. Damn. That was in there good. Now here is the Steve Rogers head. See if we can get that to focus. Let me get that. Yeah, I'm trying to get that camera to focus here. But they did a very good sculpt on the hair. Coloring looks good here. A little dirty on the one side. But I think they really did a good... That pissed off Steve Rogers, the pissed off Steve Evans, or Chris Evans, I'm sorry. But the paint on here, the coloring is spot on. It's not too light, it's not too dark. I think this is perfect here, guys. Show you guys. So let's get him right on out. He comes right out. Now, of course, on the back here, there is no peg hole for a shield because he doesn't have the traditional shield on here. Some people might argue that it would have been cool if we could have had something there, but I think this looks perfect. The sculpt on the back looks fantastic here, guys. Yes, he does still have America's ass. Don't worry. Don't worry, ladies. He's still good. The sculpt on here is just fantastic. On some of the buckles here, I would have liked a little dash of silver on the buckles going on the side. Or not even that. Even if you were going to rust them out. A little bit of brown ember, a little bit of mixture of some different paints. But, the boots are nice and solid. We do get the serial number right on the bottom of the boot right there. So, we like that Hasbro's doing that. I like the tread on here. It looks good. The figure does not feel loose. It feels nice and solid as far as the joints go. They're not too solid, of course. Let me just check that out. Does this... Okay, so, yes. I thought that might happen. So... This comes right off the arm. Let me show that to you guys. We have the sleeve here, the armband, if you will, for the bottom of the glove. So that does come right out. We're just going to peg that back in, if I can get it back in. There we go. Of course, if you've had a Marvel Legends figure, the hands are your basic hinge, right at the wrist. I'm trying to see if this is a completely different sculpt. I'm going to go into comparison in just a moment here. I like the belt here. The belt is loose, so it does have a little bit of wibbly wobbly. As far as the white on the red, white, and blue here, I would think that maybe this should be a little bit faded, a little bit darker. Um, they did good with the paint here, but I would have liked a little bit more distressing, some gouges, some, that the star on his chest is worn away. I would have liked a little bit of that, but that is something that you guys can do yourselves. You can do a little bit of weathering, a little bit, maybe a little hobby knife or a little bit of some scratches, maybe a little, not necessarily a file, but something to run some slow gouges across, but you might not be able to. This is a pretty hard plastic. Maybe if you heat this up a little bit to try and see if you can soften it to run some scrapes across to give it a little bit more of a weathered look, that is something you could do. Because my only gripe or my only criticism is that the suit looks like it's in practically perfect condition. Other than no star, having a black star, if you will, here. Let me give you guys that look right there. Hold on. See? I mean, it just looks like it's missing the white of the star right there. Otherwise, the suit looks like it's in perfect condition, like he just took it out of the closet. Obviously, we know that's not the case. Him and the other Rogue Avengers were on the run for all that time. But the face on here, I think, looks great. I mean, the detail on the straps, again, give you that close-up of the back right there. The belt, everything looks fantastic. It just looks a little too clean. I think I would have liked a little bit of wear and tear. I mean, we have the perfect silver of the buckles right there. Let me see if I can get a close-up right there. Not sure if we can see a little bit of... no, there is no silver there. But I thought I saw silver. Maybe it was just the way the light, my ring light is hitting it, so I apologize, guys. But still, I would have liked a little splash of silver right on the buckles of the belt. Hold on. Let's get that right there. The buckles that go right down the side here. So I would have liked that. That would have been cool. I mean, those are minor gripes. I mean, a little bit of dry brushing with some brown ember. Maybe mix that brown ember in with maybe a little bit of a burgundy or a red to kind of give it more of a rusted look. Do a very fine paintbrush on the buckles to give it a little wear and tear. I would like that. Maybe a black wash of some kind on the white panels of it. Now, if you look close enough, there is a little bit of running on here. I don't think that's on purpose. I think that's a little QC issue right there. You can see kind of a blue line going along his torso right there. Like the paint did not fully applicate, but that's perfectly fine. That's going to actually help this in the long run. I like the two-tone brown of the stripes here. Or not the stripes, but the straps. I like that we have two tones of brown. If you really look close enough, you can see that on the belt, but also on the shoulder straps right there. So far I really like this guy. I mean, he is coming out top notch. Let's see how stable is he. Can he stand up on his own on a soft desk pad? Yes, he's able to stand up. Let's give it a little shake. Shake test, he's standing. He's a surfer. He's not going to fall. So, now for comparison, I do have Unworthy Cap. The Walmart exclusive that I somehow got from Entertainment Earth. So, let's, this is not my favorite one because the hammer came in all messed up, but that's neither here nor there. So, let's compare Endgame Cap with this cap. I mean, for the most part, they are essentially, for the most part, the same sculpt as far as body goes. There are some very subtle differences. Those differences are, of course, a little bit of different design. This is Endgame Cap, and this is Infinity War. So before, after. So there is a little difference in the suit. More of a brown boot right there. Different belts right there. I prefer this one. I think this belt looks way better than that one. And of course we got the silver star right in the beginning right there. I mean, these are almost identical suits. I mean, personally, between this and this, I like this suit better. Better paneling. We get the more traditional design, the stitching right there. Height-wise, they're exactly the same height. It's just a different head. I'm sure if we wanted to, we could take this head off and pop this one on. There is a slight difference in skin tones here. This one's more pinkish, and this one is more natural, if you ask me. Not that you guys did, but I would almost be tempted, and I know this sounds very crazy and psychotic, if I knew a little bit more, if I knew anything about modding, modding action figures that is, I would be tempted to try and turn him into a zombie cap. I think that would be cool. If we can somehow turn this into a zombie cap, an MCU zombie cap, instead of the What If. And by the way, I'm still looking for the What If zombie cap, so if anyone knows, hit me up in my Twitter or my Instagram or at davesdimension78@gmail.com. Feel free to hit me up if you can come across any of the What If figures. Let me know, please, guys. I'd greatly appreciate it. Now, I mean, not for nothing, this is also the arms. The arms are a major difference. Look at his forearm here, right? Nice and big and bold. It's a little anorexic here, you know? Compare the arms, I mean, he's got more, you know. During the snap, did he just like slack off for a couple of years, you know? He wasn't working out, he was just, you know, chilling, not doing much. That's what it kind of looks like. I hate to bust his balls like that. And I mean, look in the eyes. Let's give a nice look at the Capworthy. To me, that doesn't look like Chris Evans like this does. This looks more natural like Chris Evans. I think this is a big, big, big improvement. Okay? Now let's go check out those shields. And obviously, to put the shields on, we're going to have to play around with them. Steve Rogers is having a little Luke Skywalker action right now. Bucky, you better not beat my father. I'm going to hell for that one, I know. I knows this, man. Okay, so this is going to be a little fun. Trying to get the... There we go. Get that into here. So, I don't know if this is the right way, but that's how I did it. I threaded his fist onto there, and then I just put the arm through the larger strap for the forearm, so we have that there. Now, where is the other shield? Did I drop it? Yep. Fell on my big toe, guys. I'm sorry. So, let's... Second verse, just like the first. We need to get his hand onto this one. There are buzzing little flies like him. So, I'm just kind of prying this with my fingers, just to show you guys. I'm just kind of prying this open, so it gets a little bit of an opening. Okay, so now I have it in there. I'm going to slide his little band, if you will. And now, just to show you guys, this is how I'm doing it. We have his fist right here. We got the little peg that inserts into his wrist. And there we go. That's all I'm doing. Not complicated. I'm going to have to play around with the poses. Kind of like, you know, I'm ready for you. I I really like this figure. I think this might be my favorite Captain America figure right now. I mean, I only have about 3, so that's not that much of a leap. And for some reason, I have a hard time finding pegs or stands for the figures, so I've been going with the NECA stands for a lot of the Marvel Legends figures. Let me know what you guys use for your Marvel Legends displays. So there we go. Really like this. Now for comparison, this guy really is not a justified comparison. I do have the SH Figuarts Endgame cap, which I love the broken shield. I love how he's got the hammer. But a lot of his limbs are just, they're a little flimsy, and they're very thin. I mean, anorexically thin. You know, those are almost like Power Ranger arms. They're not that muscular. But I do love how faded and dirty they made his suit. Like that fadedness that you see right here. That almost grayish like white. That's what I think they really should have on something like this. You know, worn and battered. I really think so. But, I mean, I like this guy. If I knew a little bit more about painting figures, and if I had more of a steady hand, I would definitely do a zombie cap on this. So anyone out there who's watching this, if you have an unworthy that you really have no interest in keeping or something, you might want to try an experiment with creating a zombie cap. You know, gouging, cutting into the leg a little bit, maybe like with a Dremel, and then do some paints where it looks like exposed flesh or rotted flesh. I definitely think that's definitely a project for I myself, I suck at. I've never tried to modify a figure, but I definitely think that's a way to go about it, guys. Air Max, and there's a few other people out there who I know do some tremendous mods. And I think that they should definitely try that. But there we go. I really like this figure. I mean, if I had a rotator, I would do that right now. But I really like this. I think this is spot on. They knocked it out of the park. Now, he is still priced at $24.99 at your local Walmarts. I know Target had the Infinity Saga figures marked down. Unfortunately, my Targets, the scalper scooped them up like there was no tomorrow. So, there we go, guys. Nice little comparison. I got my 3 caps. The 3 caps, that could be a movie. Hey, we can make that happen. That's one reason I don't like the SH Figuarts that much, is he drops the hammer all the time. No pun intended. But there we go. Got my 3 caps. I really love this one. And I also have another cap thing I need to unbox, but that's going to be at a later date, guys. But I really like this. This, I mean, they really knocked it out of the park. I really like the detail on here. This definitely looks like Chris Evans. The paint detail that they did on here. I mean, he's got your basic crunch right there. But, I mean, they really did a great job on him. We'll see how he holds up the test of time. I like that there's this panel down here, that we don't see it as obvious as we see it on him. You know, it's basically the same design, but they did a little bit more detail on the new cap. So, there we go. Thank you guys for checking out the video today. I hope you liked it. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, give me a thumbs down. And if you have any questions, thoughts, concerns, any queries whatsoever, always feel free to either hit me up in the comment section below, or better yet, you can always hit me up on Instagram at Dave's Dimension, or email me at davesdimension78@gmail.com. So until next time, guys, this is Dave from Dave's Dimension saying keep on busting. And guess what? I'm always going to catch you on the flip side. Take care.